Good evening, Vice Mayor, council members. Occupy Long Beach, in meetings with city staff, has been told that the only way that conditions could change so that we could have a 24-hour free speech zone and utilizing tents for respite were if the city council directed it. And since Occupy Long Beach was instructed by Councilmember Galich to prepare a resolution and submit it, which we've done. However, I see that although we've been here back week after week, we're still not on the agenda, and I don't see any mention of our resolution. So I'm wondering, is the council prepared to hear, could we hold up our is the council prepared to hear the 40 or so speakers that we have this evening to discuss a free speech zone?
No, so the item is not on the agenda. You're speaking under public comment. If the item had been agendized, certainly that would be an opportunity for members to individually address that particular issue.
Occupy Long Beach, do you request a resolution establishing a free speech?
Ms. Phillips, that's not. Ms. Phillips. Ms. Phillips, this is not a way to have your item agendized. You are out of order. Okay, officers. Absolutely.
It's a peaceable assembly.
The whole world is watching. 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 The whole world is watching.
At this point, you are being disrupted. I'm going to ask you to stop. So if both of us are speaking, no one is listening, absolutely. So at this point, I'd like to ask you to stop. This is not peaceable discussion. And the speaker has made her point, and that is it for public comment. Okay. If you do not stop, we will call this meeting. Excuse me, sir. You are out of order.
Agendize our item and we'll stop.
If you are out of order, you will not receive a response from this body at this point through this communication.
How long
The
do we
Vice
have to
Mayor
wait?
is calling this meeting to recess.
Madam Mayor, this meeting is being disrupted. I suggest that you call a recess.
I have called a recess. We are at recess until this room is cleared.
We won't leave until you agendize our item.
Members to the chamber and call the meeting back.
We are the 99%. 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 We are the 99%.
I'd like to share with you that while the opportunity for public comment is finished during this part of the meeting, the item you have requested has not been agendized, and for due process, I wish to ask you to observe that. The item is not on the agenda. You have circulated through some members, I'm not clear exactly whom. Some of us have received copies of the resolution that you wish considered, but I found out this evening in discussion with some members that all of us do not have copies of that particular item. So if Ms. Phillips would like to email that to all 9 council districts, I know I received it. I cannot speak for everyone. There is an interest amongst several members of this council to agendize consideration for discussion at a time uncertain, but it is not this night. It is not this council meeting. We will continue with the rest of our agenda on this council agenda this evening. And I would like to ask you to be very respectful. If you wish to stay for the remaining items on the agenda to hear deliberation on those items, you are free to do so. I do ask that you are not disruptive. While this meeting is being conducted in public, it is a council meeting that is held in public, but it is not a meeting of the public. We are going through this agenda. City Clerk, would you...
We want a date!
You will, if you continue
We want
shouting,
today.
we will recess
We want
again.
today.
You will
We
not
want
get a
today.
date
We want a date.
You give us a date. Give us a time. Give us a date.
tonight. Okay, you need to stop. You need to stop talking over me. No, you were shouting and you are speaking over people.
We were all shouting.
We were all shouting. We were all shouting.
We can continue this where we recess again and you'll be removed from the room.
Can Councilmember
May I?
Gavlich give us a specific
Can
time when
you-
she will meet with us?
You will need to not speak. Councilmember Gavin.
Okay, all right, everybody. Quiet, please.
We want a date.
Quiet, please. Okay, I don't know where you got the idea that I promised that I would put something on the agenda. I said I would talk to you, I would meet with you, I would like to see, I believe in the Occupy movement, okay? I think the message is a good one. But we have to find creative alternatives. I don't know if you understand why the ordinance was created to close our parks at nighttime. But I will tell you, at the park in my neighborhood, there were bodies that were found in the park in the morning hours. It's for the safety of the neighborhoods and the people that live here. That is very important. So whoa. I will tell you, well, that's you, but you know, there's one group that may do everything and play the game the right way, and then there's another group that may do it in complete conflict with the way that you would address yourselves or the way that you would respect the community. I will put it on the agenda next Tuesday. I will tell you what it's going to be is it's going to be for the discussion of a free speech zone. But you have to know that the ordinance isn't going to change. I'm going to ask you again, look for an alternative site. Let's find something else, another place.
Okay.
So it'll be on the 15th, but we have a very full agenda, so it'll be at the end of the night. It's going to follow medical marijuana, so you can, get in line. It's going to be a busy night, but it'll be at the end of the agenda for next week. Thank you.
Councilmember DeLong.
Well, rather than put it on the end of a full agenda, right? Maybe a special meeting where we could just really focus on this one important issue and have plenty of time for the discourse. Any date's good with me.
Well, if you want to chair that meeting, Mr. DeLong, I'd be happy to, let this one go.
Mañana. You call it. I'll be there.
Now, I think personally I would like to hold to the 15th, but if you have another idea, that's okay.
I have to indicate that you've stated that medical marijuana is going to be on the agenda on the 15th. It is not. It will not be on the agenda until the first week of December.
Then it was pulled. Okay, well, it'll be on next. Your free speech zone discussion will be on the agenda next week. Okay?
Thank you. We apologize for disruption to every other citizen.